front of me. Call it out for me. All right, so number 39 now. This one was a factoring one, right? Let's talk about the difference in like factoring versus the square root method. What's going to give a way to factor it instead of trying to take the linear, okay? And so it's a lot easier to factor if I can have it more algebraic than trig, right? Okay, so we're going to let a be equal to sine x. Are you okay if I don't write that out? Okay, so that would just give me 2a squared minus a minus 1 equals 0. All right, so now let's factor. The 2 times 1 will give me 2. Factors of 2 that subtract to be 1 would be 2 and 1. Okay, now, do I need to split that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got a coefficient, so 2 and 1. All right, sign rules. They're going to be, it'll be minus 2 plus 1. Okay, now, so we split. Now we're going to group. Okay, so out of my first group, we can get out 2a. That'll leave me with a minus 1. And then we can get out a 1. Okay. And you can do it that way too. Okay, and I say you can do it that way. I can. I just can't do it. I mean, and like I said, there's always like a couple of students that just can do it without the substitution, and that's fine. Okay, you're sharper at it than I am. Okay, because I can't do it that way. Go ahead. All right, so I got a minus 1 times 2a plus 1. Did y'all understand what she was saying? She didn't do the a substitution thing. You don't really have to do it. You could factor it without it. Now, this would give me solutions here of 1 and negative 1/2. Now, what's a though? Yeah, sine. All right. So we get sine x equal 1 and sine x equals negative 1/2. So where is the sine 1 at pi over 2? And where is sine negative 1/2? Sine's negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. All right, and in 7 pi over 6. Now, and just to kind of let you in on something, when you take this in college, you usually take it on a computer, and the computer will usually ask you to list the answers in order, as like the least to the greatest. Okay, and so if we went from the least to the greatest, we would have swapped these two. Maddie, you see what I'm saying? Because you called that one out first. Okay, so that's really not, I mean, it's not a big deal in this class, but if you do this in college, they would want you to say this one first, this one second, this one third. Okay, now, all right, any other ones now? All right, 49, okay. Call it out for me. All right. Now, this one, it's not a factoring one, but we can do it by square roots. Okay? Right, no linear terms. So we'll just subtract, or not subtract the 3, but add the 3. Okay? And then we're going to divide by 9. Now, probably what most of y'all did is y'all wrote that, or you reduced it to 1/3, but I'm going to be clever. You know, sometimes you're better off not reducing. Right, so if you don't reduce, then you got a perfect square in the denominator, which means you won't have to rationalize. Now, if you reduced it, that's fine to rationalize it, and it's no big deal, but you know, every once in a while you get a problem where it's actually better not to reduce. Okay, so I'm not going to reduce it because when I take the square root of both sides, this will work out very, very nice right there. Right, so you get tangent of x equals, right, yeah, square root of 3 over 3 plus or minus. And that just kills everybody on the square root methods, is the plus or minus sign. Okay, because if you left off the plus or minus sign, you'd only get half of the solutions. Okay, Well, it's going to be a total of 4. So where is tangent square root of 3 over 3 or negative square root of 3 over 3? All right, yeah, pi over 6. Yeah, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6. All right, so we know that what square root of 3 over 3 is our tangents. Really, the pi over 6 one is the one that we need to remember. Okay, what's the pi over 3? What's the tangent at pi over 3? Square root of 3. That's the other one we got to have memorized. All right. Okay, is that okay now? All right. Any other questions? 41. Okay, call it out for me. All right, so let's use our substitution. Let's let a equal cosine. So this will be 2a squared plus 3a plus 1 equals 0. Okay, got to split. So factors of 2 that add to be 3 would be 2 and 1. Sign's going to be same and both positive. So let's see. Yeah, we'll group them. So we can get out of 2a here. That'll leave me with a plus 1. And then a 1. So another a plus 1. A plus 1 times 2a plus 1. Right. But what's a? Cosine x. All right. So we'll get cosine and cosine x equals negative 1/2. Now, when is it that I don't really have to worry about certain ones? If they don't fall in between negative 1 and 1. All right. So if you wouldn't have to worry about it, okay, because it doesn't fall in between negative 1 and 1. Now, that particular one, yes. Now, not for the whole problem.